Guys, time for the Divas match. Not for a title or anything, just kind of the Divas match, you know. I'm not gonna joke about it being the bathroom break match, even though, unironically, this is the match that I didn't really see because I kind of just went to the bathroom. But since I was rewatching all the matches for the sake of this review, I figured, you know what, I'm not giving it a fair chance. So I'm gonna get, and Natalya's in it, so I'll figured I'd give it a shot. Just kind of hard to get invested, seeing as how this whole feud, I guess, is pretty much solely exists to promote Total Divas, the new reality show that's on E with Natalya, the Funkadactyls, the Bellas, and then the two new divas, Eva Marie and JoJo. I forgot to mention, JoJo actually did a really good job singing the national anthem at the beginning of this thing. She did a really good job. And, but, you know what? Being completely honest, despite the fact that this is solely to promote the TV show, any excuse you can give me or any excuse to get Natalya in the ring and away from that whole just Kali's girlfriend thing, and any excuse you can get Naomi Knight in the ring, even if it is in tag team action, I welcome Total Divas and recommend that you all watch it, despite the fact that I haven't seen it and it could possibly be crap, but I want this show to stay on just so that I can keep getting them in the ring, because all the other divas suck. I love when they brought the Bellas back, and that was supposed to be such a big deal, because, that's exactly what the Divas division needs. Oh, the Bellas are back. The Divas division is saved. No. Anyways, Eva Marie's kind of been, they've been giving JoJo all these, singing spots in the show. I don't know if they're going to be putting her in the ring anytime soon, or if they have. I don't know. I haven't really been following this, because I haven't been watching Total Divas. But Eva Marie's kind of apparently been trekking around with the Bellas, and kind of getting the third wheel vibe from her, to be honest, because, when the Bellas would always come out, the music would hit, you can love but you can't touch, and they would do sort of a sultry dance that involves the both of them, so it's like a two-person tango. Not really room for a third, and you can see that by the fact that, you can love but you can't touch, and the Bellas are doing their thing with each other, and Eva Marie's just kind of on the sidelines, just like, oh, yeah, she's just kind of there. Anyways, this. I could put it on. I could chalk it up to other Divas matches, but then I'd be pretty much saying what I've been saying about most of the matches up to this point, where it's could have been better, could have been worse. But I'll just hold it up to the standards of a regular match, and it sucked. It lasted a minute, and it really didn't need to be there. So, I was watching it, and they had a spot where Eva Marie and Nikki Bella pulled the apron out from underneath alarm. Pulled the apron out from underneath Natalya, and she fell down. And the ref didn't see it, so I'm guessing that he must have thought that, when he looked around and saw Eva Marie and Nikki Bella walking away from Natalya, who had just fallen off the apron, and the Funkadactyls being like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm guessing that this is just Natalya's cry for attention. But when the Funkadactyls were like, "Hey, you get away from her," then the ref was like, "Hey, you stay back. You don't get involved in this match." And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be one of those matches. Oh, jeez. And yeah, very boring match. So boring, in fact, that the fans resorted to chanting the names of the commentators. And that a match is boring the hell out of the live studio audience when everybody's like, Michael Cole, Michael Cole. And also, they also did get in a chant of "We want tables." the live studio audience in the right towns or the right cities know how to make a boring match or easier to watch. That one Raw after WrestleMania is a great example of that. Even though it wasn't even just the boring match, it was just all through the night. They really made that night. Now they made pretty much Fandango's like thing now, where like whenever he comes down, everybody's singing the theme song and going. Da, 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 da. That was the Raw crowd after WrestleMania. That is to thank for that. And another example of Eva Marie being a third wheel was the spot where Natalya gets Brie Bella gets out of the sharpshooter in pretty okay fashion, but kind of like slings Natalya toward the turnbuckle, where Nikki starts pulling on Natalya's hair, and because we gotta work her in somewhere, Nikki kind of just grabs Natalya's hair with one arm, extends her other arm, and then Eva Marie grabs the arm and starts pulling on it. Because, you know, it takes two to pull someone's hair. Oh, jeez. This match was so fucking stupid. Natalya won, of course. They had to get... I'm assuming the ref had to just be like, okay, we got you guys out there. Let's just bring this home. And so sharpshooter, Brie taps like a bitch, and yeah, that's over. You know, actually, let's see. What am I clocking here? Going on 7 minutes. So I would not be surprised if this video right here is actually longer than the match. I would not be surprised. Even if you want to include the entrances. I don't know if even including the entrances, but I'm saying, like, it was not a long match. It essentially just existed to promote Total Divas. There was no, like, Christian and Del Rio had more of a thing going into their match, because at least both of them can work. This did not. Well, you gotta have the Divas match, I guess. Even though they kind of have like a half Divas match later. They got that Caitlyn and Dolph with going up against AJ and Big E. That's a way to get people to watch a Divas match. Get Dolph Ziggler in it. Anyways, I've ragged on this long enough, and that's the end of essentially half the pay-per-view. And I'm gonna go pick up my girlfriend from work now. So I will post up my reviews of the rest of the matches either later tonight or tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and for the two of you who are actually watching this, you know, give me thoughts, you know, tell me if you liked it or not. So, until later, guys, Jono signing out.